Breakfast in Barbados.
Good morning and welcome to another Breakfast in Barbados. My name is Carol Toppin and I have a very special guest with me this morning. She doesn't even know it. I think she does, but she makes women very happy. Her name is Margaret King. Good morning, Margaret.
Good morning, Carol. So nice to be here.
It's so good to have you.
Thank you.
I'm going to let everybody know how you make women happy. We also have Chef Jason Brathwaite, and he's going to be preparing something really delicious for us this morning, so don't go anywhere. Margaret King, the lady who makes other ladies happy. Tell everybody what you do.
I am the owner of Magnolia Chocolatier.
Stop right there. Magnolia Chocolatier. The key word there being chocolatier. Go ahead.
I design and create chocolates and confectionery pastries. And I also produce Barbados Chocolate and Pastry Festival.
Barbados Chocolate and Pastry Festival. We're going to come back to that because
Okay.
just the name alone makes me smile. Let's talk about you, Margaret. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself. Well, I was born here in Barbados. Immigrated to the United States when I was a little girl.
So what part of the U.S. did you live in?
Connecticut,
Okay,
about 45 minutes outside of New York.
okay.
So I knew that one day I'd be moving back to Barbados. So I started making my little
So you kept
steps.
in contact. Did you come back?
Came back like in the summers, you know, for crop over.
you had
Like
that
sometimes
love.
once a year, and then I found myself coming back 2 times, 3 times, 4 times a year. And it was like my de-stressing vacation
Okay.
when things were stressed out, you know, kids, school, work. I would come here.
So it was always
4 days,
home.
5 days. Yeah.
Even though you were away, it was always home.
It was always home. So I knew I would move back here one of these days. So my parents were coming back to retire,
Okay.
and I had only been here maybe 2 weeks out of the year, 3 weeks out of the year. So I decided to come for 30 days and just try it out. But I had already registered my businesses here like 2004,
So it was
2006.
done. It was a done
It was
deal.
done. Got my national ID card, the whole works.
Wow.
And so I came for 30 days and stayed for 8 months.
Wow.
And then went back for 3, came back for, you know.
It just
so
got
back and
it
forth.
kept getting shorter over in Connecticut and
Right.
longer in Barbados,
And,
basically.
and one day I just said, all right, that's it. I'm going home.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is fantastic.
So,
All right, well, let's talk about this chocolate thing. Now, most women will tell you they love chocolate,
yes.
but you've taken it a step further. How did you get involved with the whole chocolate industry? Was it a love of yours, just eating chocolate initially?
Well, I love chocolate. Yeah, definitely. But I think I kind of fell into it because my mom and I took cake making class.
Okay.
Wilton School of Cake Decorating. At some of the retail stores, they had the cake decorating classes, 6 weeks or something like that, and then you could go on and take different classes. So we took a cake decorating classes, started making cakes. I would make children's character cakes like Batman, a princess cake, not really delving into like wedding cakes or anything. That was never my thing. I didn't want to get so elaborate.
That is
Yes.
a lot of work.
And then going to the baking supply stores and things like that, then I saw the chocolate making supplies. And I decided to try it, and that's how I started with the chocolates.
You just go pick
Yeah.
up some chocolate making supplies,
Yeah.
bring them home, and you try a thing.
Try a thing, and then I would sell. My mom would sell them at her job. I would sell them at work. Friends would sell them at work, and that's how
Well, let's
it
talk
started.
about that. You don't get from trying a thing to selling instantly. Tell me about your first couple of times trying to make chocolate and tasting it. And did you go terribly wrong at any time?
Not really.
Wow, you're a natural.
Because you know well, you have to know how to melt it properly, temper it properly, and back then it wasn't so advanced. as it is now. Like you saw some of the chocolates that I brought with the different colors.
And we're going to be seeing some of her chocolates. Don't worry about
yeah, it was not that advanced. I mean, I would make chocolate bars with like Nestle crispy, crunchy things and nuts and those kinds of things. So it was not this airbrush. You could airbrush chocolate. It's with colored cocoa butter, which is made from the cocoa bean, and it's just so when I left it for a long period of time and went back to it, I was like blown away
at the advances and the things that you can do now.
Yeah. And it's like, oh goodness, okay, so I have to relearn.
So starting out really simple and just doing basic chocolates.
Yes.
Let's talk about choosing your chocolate and how you choose the right, because I know there's certain percentage and all that kind of thing when you really get advanced, and milk chocolate as opposed to dark chocolate, sweet, semi-sweet, those kinds of things.
Well, the best thing to do is to pick the best chocolate that you can afford if you're going to make chocolate. The ones that you would find at the store, which are great for like making chocolate chip cookies and things like that, are not as good for making chocolates as the, say, like the Belgian chocolate or the ones with a higher percentage of cocoa solids. So that's where the percentages come in. The higher percent of cocoa solids, the better the chocolate it is, and also the darker it is. And I realized that a lot of people here they like the sweeter chocolate, like the milk chocolates. You do like dark chocolate?
Dark chocolate.
Really? Okay, that's good.
Very, very good.
That's good to know.
I love it.
Yeah.
But you are right. We tend to go for something a little sweeter and things like that. I find mainly that's an international phenomenon. It's only people who are really into chocolate that you see would start really going into dark chocolates and
that have tasted the better chocolates. They tend to go towards, because your palate changes once you start tasting the better stuff. And mine, I never liked dark chocolate. Mine was always milk chocolate.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then as my tastes change and as I started tasting better chocolate, I can go towards the dark side a little bit.
As she goes towards the dark side.
But not too far. I think 58%, 64% would be the
Just
darkest
about
I
as
would
much
go.
as you
Yeah.
can
But
take.
I've seen 100% dark chocolate, 80%. It's really
Bit bitter for me.
bitter, yeah.
So let's talk about coming to Barbados. You finally say, well, look, I'm coming back home. I'm leaving Connecticut. I could as well because I'm spending more time here anyway. You come, you register your business. Now, it's one thing to register a business, but actually getting it rolled out and setting things up properly.
Yeah.
Take me through that process.
Well, I did some research and found out you have to go to corporate affairs. And I did that, registered the business in like 2000. I think I did one in 2004 and one in 2006, but I didn't move back till 2011.
Okay.
So 5-6 years prior is when I
actually
registered.
making the final
right. And then, so it was only when I came back that I started, business, the actual business here. So I'm kind of like a serial entrepreneur. I do a couple different things. I also own a travel agency. So yeah, so that's my
some interesting things.
main business, and then the chocolates. But the chocolates I love making.
As you're here, tell me a little bit about the travel agency. What's it called?
It's called Bridgetown Travel Agency.
Okay, so
not
are you
located in Bridgetown? No.
Why am I not surprised, Margaret?
It's actually, the main office is actually in Stamford, Connecticut.
Okay.
Because I had a different name before, and it clashed with another company. People started asking me if I was that company, and they started asking that company if they was my company, if they were my company. And so I decided to change the name, and I wanted a name that was close to me, close to my heart.
Right. I understand.
And so that's how Bridgetown Travel Agency came about.
Okay, well, you see, a woman of many gifts and many talents and many businesses. She describes herself as a serial business, what?
Serial entrepreneur.
Serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be back to talk about chocolates, Margaret, and Magnolia Chocolatier in particular, but then the chocolate festival. We really want to focus on that. So we'll be back on Breakfast in Barbados with Margaret King.
Breakfast in Barbados. chicken.
Eggs are the most affordable source of protein around. They contain choline to help with your memory, as well as vitamin A, B, D, and K. Eggs promote healthy hair and nails because of their high sulfur content and wide array of vitamins and minerals. Star Chick eggs are very, very tasty. Be wise and follow the star, I say. Eat Star Chick eggs each and every day.
Star Chick.
Cut, chop, 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 shake, 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 grate, grate, grate. Only Maggie Season Up gives you the right rhythm to season your fish and fresh veggies in perfect harmony so that you hit the right note from the very start.
MIS spices have been flavoring the pots of Barbadians for over 25 years. Available island-wide at all leading supermarkets, MIS spices come in a wide variety of flavors, like black pepper, Cajun spice, bacon bits, crushed chili flakes, coriander powder, cumin powder, curry powder, basil leaves, celery salt, and blackened spice. Celebrity chefs and mixologists use MIS spices to enhance the flavor of their creations. MIS products, making it special for you.
In 1880, in Battersea, London, Adam and John Clayton blended three worlds. They blended the mystical cola nut that John had brought back from his last trip to West Africa, Kent hops from England, and sugar from Barbados, in hope to share with the world the exotic Barbadian, African, and English flavors. In a full-bodied, non-alcoholic drink, they founded the wildly stimulating Clayton's Cola Tonic. Enjoy as a mixer with soft drinks, as a chaser with spirits, or straight over ice.
Breakfast in Barbados.
Good morning and welcome back to Breakfast in Barbados. I'm Carol Toppin and with me is Margaret King and she's from Magnolia Chocolatier and we're talking about the Barbados Chocolate and Pastry Festival.
Yes.
This, just the name sounds delicious. This will be your second year, 2016.
Correct.
So tell me about how you decided to put on this chocolate and pastry festival. Why? Not how. Why?
Well, I create events. I used to do some event planning
Serial
with
entrepreneur.
the chocolates and balloon decorating and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my main things with the chocolate was a chocolate, a balloon bouquet with the base would be a box of chocolates.
Nice.
So that would hold the balloons, the helium-filled balloons up in the air,
Mm-hmm.
and the base would be chocolates. And I would deliver that for Valentine's, Father's
Sounds
Day,
really
Mother's
pretty.
Day. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Work too. But so I create events, and I had done, as a travel agent as well, we do events based around holidays. So if it's crop over, you're doing a travel event for crop over. And so I decided, I had done a spa week, which is another international event. I like the international events, focusing on promoting local, but focusing on the global,
Right.
world around you. So I did the spa week, and then I decided, I had been to a chocolate festival in the States, and decided to create a chocolate festival here, because my thing is always to promote Barbados. And I called up the guy who did the guy who did the chocolate festival in Westchester County, New York.
To get some tips
Yes,
and ideas of how to
and-
pull it together.
Right, and I said, would you mind talking to me? So we spoke for a little while, and he's like, "Go for it."
Wow.
So that's when I decided to create the chocolate festival after started to make chocolates here.
So your
Yeah.
first year, last year, tell me about how that went for you and what you learned from that.
Oh, it was a whirlwind. It was a lot of work. Oh my goodness. But it was fun. My concept was to do like an international thing where you would have chefs and chocolatiers and come in with the local vendors and the local exhibitors, and to have everything chocolate. And it turned out to be more pastry than chocolate because we didn't have a lot of chocolatiers here. And then some of the ones that are here, they had other things to do, so they were not in attendance. So my thing was to pull in people from local people, the Caribbean region, as well as international exhibitors.
Let's talk about 2016 and where, when.
2016 is going to be at Hilton Barbados. I had been trying to work with them since the first one, and we weren't able to get things right. But this time it worked out, and they said yes. I'm really, really happy about it because my thing is to have a venue that says Barbados. So we've got and which is why I chose Savannah after I couldn't get the Hilton the first time. I chose Savannah. There's the history. It's a beautiful location, sun, sea, and sand, and Barbados and chocolate
Fantastic.
in a beautiful location.
So this is happening when?
So this is January 30th at Hilton Barbados. Same kind of concept in their ballroom, their Needham's ballroom. Beautiful location, history, Barbados.
Oh, wow.
So it's 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., which is what we did for the first one back in March. And I pulled in some pastry chefs from Barbados. I spoke to Seabreeze Hotel. They do a lot of chocolate work over there, truffles and different things. I also spoke to the Crane, and hopefully they'll be on board with us. And I also spoke to Alvin Jemmett from BTMI about having his chef work with me, Henderson Butcher, and spoke to Mr. Butcher, and he's like, yeah.
Everybody's all
Let's
excited
do
about
it.
the chocolate festival.
And then for the last one, or the first one, I also had Chef Ferry, who is from Mamma Mia's Italian deli and pizzeria. And you would not think anything about, except like mocha, drink or something like that, or gelato. But she came in and did a chocolate fettuccine demonstration.
Wow.
It was awesome. Actually
Chocolate
made
fettuccine?
Yes, actually
Okay.
made the pasta right on stage. So we're hoping to have her back.
Well,
for
we're
2016.
talking all of the actual technical side of things, the chefs and the demonstrations and all the wonderful things. What can the patrons expect when they come? What kind of experience would you say they can expect?
Well, we have some really great exhibitors. We have everything from cakes and pies and sauces. And it's not just chocolate, it's like 90% chocolate. Cheesecakes, we've got someone who makes their own marshmallows locally. My lady from St. Lucia, she's coming back. And I'm hoping the one from Trinidad will come back also. She's busy, really busy. And with the local chefs, we're going to do some demonstrations and hopefully a class or two. And I just want it to be a little bit new and different and add something different every time and just keep people interested and having them see something that they haven't seen before, which is a chocolate festival, of course, but then things like the chocolate fettuccine and
Chocolate
making the
fettuccine.
chocolate on
I
stage.
can't get over
and-
that one, chocolate
yeah, it
fettuccine.
was
So do you
really
see
good.
the Barbados Chocolate and Pastry Festival growing into 2 days?
That's my aim. That's my aim. I originally had it for 2 days, but it was a lot. It was a lot to handle. And the Friday, I was supposed to have a launch or a gala opening. So that I cut it out the first time because it was just too much for me. I was handling most of the things on my own, and that was like 2 events right there. So I couldn't juggle both. So I'm working on that to make it multi-day event, which is how the global chocolate festivals are. Everywhere from, they're all over the States, Asia, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. So that's what I'm hoping to create.
I think it's a brilliant idea. So thank you for bringing it to us, Margaret.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And we're going to be back. We're going to be back. We're going to be back with Margaret King and Chef Jason. We are also, I believe, we're going to have a mixologist giving us something to drink that's made of chocolate. So we'll be back on Breakfast in Barbados.
Breakfast in Barbados.
L and there.
L and there.
L and there.
L and there. How do you L and there? Take a moment to L and there with your options of yago, fruits, and 0% fat yogurts made from real milk using real fruits.
Distributed by Supreme Distributors.
In 1880, in Battersea, London, Adam and John Clayton blended 3 worlds. They blended the mystical cola nut that John had brought back from his last trip to West Africa, cane hops from England, and sugar from Barbados, in hope to share with the world the exotic Barbadian, African, and English flavors in a full-bodied, non-alcoholic drink. They founded the wildly stimulating Clayton's Cola Tonic. Enjoy as a mixer with soft drinks, as a chaser with spirits, or straight over ice. Straight over ice. Straight over ice.
Cut, 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 chop, 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 shake, 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 grate, grate, grate. Only Maggie Season Up gives you the right rhythm to season your fish and fresh veggies in perfect harmony so that you hit the right note from the very start.
Breakfast in Barbados.
Welcome back to Breakfast in Barbados, and with me right now is mixologist Antonio Busby, and he's going to be putting all the things we love, well, namely chocolate, into one drink, right, Antonio?
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be quick breakfast shake. Well, at any time shake, really.
Thank you, because anything you can put chocolate in, I can eat or drink at any time.
So we're going to use some oat shake. Just a couple scoops of that into the blender.
And this is a strawberry flavored one, right?
Strawberry. Just give it a nice flavor. Going to use.
So you don't measure it. You don't measure it, right? You're just estimating. You're so
No,
professional.
actually, I am measuring. That's 3 ounces I've put in so far. I'm putting in 6.
Oh. So you can eyeball these ounces and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. I go by different things. I go put a toops of milk and a tickle of that and a dash of this.
As one of my friends says, a pacao.
A pacao. Give me a pacao in that name.
Okay, we're gonna use an ounce and a half.
Oh, a pacao.
A pacao. And a dollop of peanut butter. That one. And stir dish. I'm gonna use.
And which one is this, Margaret?
This is the caramelized cashew.
Ooh.
Caramelized cashew crunch.
So a lot of nuts.
Yes.
So we have peanut butter, we have cashews. We have some Claytons for a little bit of sweetness and some extra energy throughout the day. Got some ice in.
Oh, that looks good. So now we have Chef Jason Brathwaite, and tell us what you prepared for us, Chef.
I did for you a caramelized cashew chocolate and plantain bread pudding.
Plantain?
Yes, I got
You're always
plantain
doing
in
something
this.
unusual.
Yes, I gotta do it unusual, keep it Caribbean. You know, we just had the festive season just passed, you know.
Wow.
So I just tried a little something for you.
I don't think I would ever have thought of putting plantain in bread pudding.
Yeah. I used the whole wheat purity bread. In here, some aloe vera cream, star chick eggs. It's one of my.
Oh my goodness.
We got a nice, moist cake here. See some of the plantain coming through, yeah.
My
And
favorite
we have the
things.
chocolate all melted through inside.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice.
You can see some of the color from the chocolate at the top. They're nice.
A nice caramelization from the sugar on top.
I think I'm in danger of dribbling on camera.
No, you shouldn't dribble on camera. It's nice and moist, exactly how I wanted it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so we should all have a try.
Oh.
Let's have a sample.
I want the plantain. I want the plantain.
There's another piece right there. Oh my gosh.
Not too sweet.
What?
This was done in 20 minutes.
That is good. I'm impressed.
I am impressed as well.
Very impressed.
You get any chocolate coming through there?
I don't think I can quite taste it. Let me see if I can get a little
This
bit.
side right
Oh,
here.
he hit this side?
Yeah, where you see
That's
the blue.
Right, the green and the blue and white. It's not like the chocolate. All that one there.
Okay.
Get it. Get it.
Almost there, but not quite.
I should try this side.
Well,
Oh, that's so good.
Antonio, what do you think?
Oh my gosh.
This is lovely.
I think we may eat this whole slice.
Alright, there's more. There's more. Trust me, there's more.
Let me chew first. Well,
Should've
that's
put some bigger
it
pieces inside there.
for this edition of Breakfast in Barbados, and this was absolutely wonderful. All things chocolate this week. Thank you very much, Margaret.
Thank you so much.
Antonio, great
welcome.
drink. And thank you, Chef Jason.
You're welcome.
Have a great day. Bye-bye now.
Mornings here.